Hello, I'm here to share with you 5 concepts within psychology to hopefully help you understand each of them further through some creative and visual examples. The first concept is object permanence. Object permanence is a skill typically seen in a child's development within the sensorimotor stage, which is between ages 0 to 2. Object permanence is knowing something still exists even when it is out of sight. My daughter is 21 months and is demonstrating this by playing with this giraffe. But when I put it away in the basket out of sight, she still knows it exists and retrieves the giraffe. Another example of this can be found in just a simple game of peekaboo. The second concept is positive reinforcement and operant conditioning. Operant conditioning is when you are modifying voluntary behavior. This is a process of learning where the reward of punishment happens after the behavior being demonstrated. More specifically speaking, positive reinforcement and operant conditioning is when some kind of reward is added to encourage the behavior you desire to continue. In example, this is my dog Birdie. She has learned through positive reinforcement to ring the bell when she needs to go outside. This process was taught by not only demonstrating to her the door opening after the bell ringing, but also giving her a treat after the good behavior and, of course, lots of praise when she returns. Through time, this taught Birdie to ring the bell on her own to let us know she needs to go outside, and she has consistently followed this taught behavior very well. The third concept is intrinsic motivation versus extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is when you are motivated to do something with focus on your internal feelings instead of a reward for your own self. In contrast, extrinsic motivation is when you are motivated due to an award you will receive for doing so. The first example is intrinsic motivation, which shows my daughter emptying the dishwasher just to be helpful around the house. Of course, I gave her a high five at the end, but her motivation was to be helpful, expecting no reward. This second example is extrinsic motivation. My daughter is babysitting her little sister. She loves her little sister and enjoys playing with her, but she wants to spend her time watching her because she will get paid $50 for doing it. The fourth concept is based on compliance. The foot in the door and door in the face are 2 ways someone may use to persuade someone to comply to something specific. Door in the face is when someone is denied something that is large and unreasonable, so they follow up with requesting something smaller and more reasonable. Here you can see my son showing me a very large and expensive Lego set he wants. I tell him no because it is way too expensive. So he then follows up with a request for a smaller, more affordable Lego set, which I agree to. On the other hand, foot in the door is getting someone to agree to something small with the plan to follow with a larger request. Here's my son asking if he can have a yogurt for a snack. I tell him yes, and then he proceeds with his plan to ask for something even better, which is ice cream instead of yogurt. The final concept is divergent thinking, which is when someone has the ability to think outside the box in order to solve a problem. In this example, my daughter is demonstrating the many ways she can use her blanket. Of course, you can snuggle with it to take a good couch nap. You can use the blanket to make the perfect fort. You can see she is very proud of her creative hideout. You could also use it as a curtain to block the sunlight coming in from your window on those super bright days. Or you can use it to sit on for a picnic with your animals and dolls. This is a great example of divergent thinking, as we see the many creative ways she used her blanket to help her in several different situations. Thank you for watching, and I hope these examples helped you more with understanding these 5 concepts.